All right. Morning. I'm Rich Gaitis, Executive Director of the Chicago Office of Emergency Management and Communications. Memorial Day has deep meaning to many families throughout our nation who lost a loved one in service to their country. This is a time to honor and remember their sacrifice. This Memorial Day weekend will be like no other. While we may not have the large public events and parades, the city still remains ready and responsive to all public safety issues that have been heightened with the COVID-19 pandemic response effort. We have the right resources in place to monitor this weekend's activities and public safety as we move into the summer months. The Office of Emergency Management and Communications continues to serve residents and visitors in coordinating public safety efforts by monitoring weather conditions, emergencies, city service requests, and overall collaboration with local, state, and federal agencies. Yesterday, in partnership with the Chicago Police Department, the Mayor's Office, we launched the first ever Summer Operations Center at OEMC to support a citywide coordination around violence reduction. The SOC will be activated over the Memorial Day weekend, Thursday through Tuesday morning, and continuing through the summer every weekend, Thursday through Monday mornings. The Summer Operations Center is part of Mayor Lightfoot's all-hands-on-deck violence reduction efforts through this center. We are supplementing public safety efforts with the help of representatives from various departments and agencies, including Chicago Police Department, Chicago Fire Department, Business Affairs and Consumer Protection, Chicago Park District, Chicago Housing Authority, Department of Street and Sanitation, Chicago Public Schools, Chicago Department of Transportation, Mayor's Office, and the Chicago Transit Authority. In addition, the EOC established for the city's COVID-19 response efforts will continue as we move forward recovery, and there is still work to be done. The EOC has been in operation since March 9th, making it the longest-running emergency operations center in Chicago's history. 32 City of Chicago departments and sister agencies have contributed to city COVID-19 response efforts. We want everyone to know that they have a role to play in keeping Chicago safe. We want to remind everyone to always be aware. If you see something, say something. The public is encouraged to be aware of their surroundings and report suspicious activity posing an immediate threat by calling 911. As always, OEMC urges residents to be cognizant of the weather conditions or emergency situations and to heed messages from officials if needed. To receive emergency alerts throughout the summer, subscribe to Chicago's text or email alert system at www.notifychicago.org. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce the Chicago Police Department Superintendent, David Brown. Sue?
Thank you, Richard. This weekend, we honor and mourn those that have died while serving in the armed forces. It's important to remember their sacrifice as we head into this holiday weekend. This Memorial Day will look and feel very different. Large backyard barbecues will be scaled down to those living within a single household. We won't have any baseball either. And going to the lakefront for a bike ride or to gather with friends will be ruled out. The coronavirus still threatens our city and those we love. But the virus also taught us several lessons which CPD will use to keep people safe this weekend and throughout the summer. Chicago came together to fight this virus, and we are joining together to save lives. We are doing this by setting up, as Richard mentioned, the Summer Operations Center with the help from our partners in the Office of Emergency Management and Communications. A similar setup is being used to coordinate the citywide response to COVID-19. This strategy brings together all city resources, including police, fire, streets and sanitation, the park district, the public school system, and more. The Summer Operations Center operates similarly with the goal of reducing murders and shootings this summer. The SOC opened Thursday and will remain open through Tuesday morning, Thursdays through Tuesdays. The SOC will reopen every weekend this summer from Thursday evening at 5 p.m. to Monday morning, ending in mid-September. The SOC will be keeping an eye on the city's network of cameras and will even add some pop-up camera areas where we anticipate there might be trouble. Command staff will keep a watchful eye in the city using SOC and deploy resources accordingly. The SOC also allows the department to redeploy officers quickly to address developing situations. Chicago police will be visible and present in our neighborhoods this weekend throughout the summer. All officers will be in uniform as they have been during this stay-at-home order. CPD will be on the lookout for large gatherings and hold those that organize these gatherings accountable. We are also working with our street outreach partners to have a strong presence in neighborhoods that have a history of gun violence. The mission of these violence interrupters mirrors that of CPD. We both want to keep people safe. We've asked for help from many of our partners in the SOC to complete Operation Clean. This weekly effort beautifies vacant lots throughout the city, removing trash and weeds with the goal of uplifting the surrounding community and eliminating an eyesore. Our bike teams, as you see to my right, will be patrolling the lakefront this weekend and will be keeping a watchful eye along with the Marine unit and our friends in the Chicago Fire Department. We also need everyday residents to remain vigilant. Again, as Richard mentioned, if you see something out of place, say something. Call 911. Nobody knows their neighborhoods better than the people that live there. Share your insights with us. Be that extra set of eyes and ears that keeps your block safe. That's how we're going to reduce violence. It will be a group effort. Memorial Day did not sneak up on us. CPD is prepared to safeguard this city, and we will do it together. I'd now like to introduce Cole Stalliard, Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Streets and Sanitation.
Thank you, Superintendent. Over the Memorial Day weekend, the Chicago Department of Streets and Sanitation will support the city's public safety efforts with both manpower and equipment. Memorial Day weekend will also kick off our Operation Clean missions. These missions are a coordinated neighborhood blitz in collaboration with CPD's Office of Community Policing, CDOT, Water Management, and Buildings. We do this to efficiently address the needs of communities by using a blitz model to deliver services. As part of this mission, we clean graffiti, demolish garages, tow abandoned vehicles, clean vacant lots, clean parkways, trim trees, clean tree pits, hand clean areas, cut weeds, conduct homeless outreach in coordination with the Department of Family and Support Services. We'd like to tell you that weed cutting services season has started. It's underway. Crews are working to cut weeds in lots to reduce the threat of criminal activity and rodents in vacant lots. We are making important community investments to provide the best quality of life for residents of this city. These efforts exemplify the mayor's all-hands-on-deck strategy to keeping Chicago's residents safe and protected. We want to wish all residents a happy and safe Memorial Day weekend, and we say thank you. I would like to introduce Norman Kerr, the Mayor's Office Director of Violence Reduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner. As you have all heard, our first goal this weekend is the safety of our families and residents. From police officers and essential city workers to community-based organizations and street outreach, this weekend and all summer, we will be all hands on deck in Chicago. Since as early as January, Mayor Lightfoot and the Chicago Police Department have been meeting with the city's cabinet team, commissioners, and agency leadership to help build on our data-informed, all-hands-on-deck summer safety strategy. We've shifted away from a law enforcement first and only effort. We've partnered with departments like Streets and Sanitation, Department of Transportation, and the Department of Water Management to launch Operation Clean missions every weekend, delivering a comprehensive amount of resources to Chicago's neighborhoods and increase the quality of life for our residents. On top of that, we've invested $7.5 million into community-based organizations from across Chicago to expand street outreach and trauma-informed victim services. Through this monumental down payment, we are putting tools directly into the hands of our community-based street outreach workers who every day utilize de-escalation skills to interrupt violence, prevent retaliation, and build positive relationships with those who are at the highest risk of violence. To support these efforts, the Mayor's Office of Violence Reduction has launched the first ever Violence Reduction Dashboard. This tool enables city departments and street outreach organizations to use crime data to inform operations that can reduce violence. By providing each of our departments with real-time data in neighborhoods across Chicago, we can further ensure cross-department collaboration when it comes to reducing violence through societal investments. Mayor Lightfoot has been clear. Gun violence is not only a public safety issue, it's a public health crisis. And the reality is that we are fighting two public health crises at the same time, which is why we continue to ask all residents to celebrate the holiday weekend in their homes, and they need to go out. If they need to go outside, please social distance and take the proper precautions. Over the past several months, Mayor's Office has partnered closely with street outreach organizations like the Institute for Nonviolence and New Life. These organizations are on the ground in Chicago's neighborhoods, not only working to keep residents safe, but also ensuring communities have the latest public health resources, supports, and guidance needed to stay safe from COVID-19. We will continue to build on those efforts through every stage of this crisis. With that, I'd like to introduce a key partner of the city who continues to work with us as we keep residents safe from not only gun violence, but COVID-19 as well. Please welcome Chris Patterson from the Institute for Nonviolence, Chicago. Thank you again. Please stay safe and have a healthy weekend.
Thank you and good morning. I'd like to first start off by showing our appreciation towards the City of Chicago and the Mayor's Office for targeting violence not only as a public safety issue, but also a public health issue that it has been for generations for many Chicagoans. Partnerships like the one you see from the street outreach organization in the city are not only bringing more valuable resources and support to community members who need it most to keep the community safe and keep those residents safe, but also make Chicago safer as a whole. A little update about what we'll be doing this weekend is hundreds of street outreach workers, professional men and women, will be converging in the communities they serve to keep the community safe, de-escalating violence, addressing conflicts, and also educating the community around the COVID-19 crisis that we're currently in. On behalf of the community and the street outreach professionals, we ask that if you're able, stay at home and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. All right, at this time we'll take some questions. Any? Oh, I don't think many of us have had many vacations and leave for quite some time, sir. It's been a very busy time for all of us, and certainly all our city residents as well. I really think that this SOC, as we call it, the Summer Operations Center, is a great initiative led by Mayor Lightfoot. I think the proximity of the location held within the 911 center makes complete sense. I mean, we have the city infrastructure departments, the school safety center, our 911 communications, our call takers and dispatchers, all housed within the same building. So this initiative, I think it's going to hit the ground running, and I think it's going to get better as the summer moves along. Yeah, good question. So we did move our emergency operations center to another location just to do exactly that. We want to make sure we keep our 911 floor as healthy as we can during these times. So we have enough space in the building now. We've utilized the operations center clearly just for this mission, the Summer Operations Center, just for the mission that we're speaking about. So we're going to clear that room out. Additionally, we're going to put all the support agencies in our official EOC at OAMC.
One question for the superintendent. What's going to happen with gun violence that are going to be running this weekend? What's going to be the level of enforcement?
One of the things that we've emphasized in relation to large gatherings is, first, we'd like to warn people and give them the opportunity to comply and disperse. Then we'd like to, as much as we can, educate those that obviously have not adhered to the guidance, while at the same time taking enforcement when necessary. Some of the things that I've said in my comments are quite instructive for our officers as well as our residents. Is number one, we'd like to educate people. But at the same time, those who promote large gatherings will take enforcement, and we just like people to comply. We're here as a police department to save lives. We don't want to enforce this order with citation or arrest, but we will in order to save lives. Our Marine unit, again, this is a new order for the lake. It's first being tested this weekend, obviously. So the Marine unit will take the same posture that I just mentioned that our officers will in the field, is that we'll try to educate as much as we can to get people to comply. But when they don't, and being stubborn about it, we will be forced to take whatever enforcement action is necessary. I did take personnel actions this week, and I won't have any other further comment on that. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Can you talk just a little bit about what your effort will entail in terms of having people out in the community trying to de-escalate?
Yeah, so across 22 communities that account for about 80% of the violence in Chicago, outreach professionals, case management, victim service will be leveraging relationships to keep people safe, de-escalating conflicts where they can. Again, just leveraging those same relationships to implore people to stay home. I mean, I think, across the nation, across the city of Chicago, the amount of people that have been out is decreasing, but we do see pockets where people are still congregating. Again, I think street outreach is really good at leveraging relationships, pre-existing relationships they have in communities, communicating, conflict mediations, de-escalating, listening to people, and helping be the medium so that we can, see a conflict from the third party. It's often easier to kind of rectify that. Absolutely right, yes. Thank you.
Thanks all.
Thank you.